If you're a young man, this might be one of the most important videos that you watch this week. And it's about emotions because emotions growing up as a young man, like they can take a toll on you and you don't understand your emotions. You're not very emotionally intelligent and you're forever angry. And that is probably the emotion you feel most as a young man, especially when you're transitioning and you're growing up and things, you start to understand the world a bit better. Sometimes you feel very angry, and I'm here to tell you that being emotionally reactive, it will cause you so many problems that you won't understand until you start emotionally reacting to like everything that a lot of people do, and I see it all the time. Like people can say the smallest thing and it's just complete head loss. And I'm talking like people would just go out and rage bait these people for the sake of it because they know they're gonna get a reaction. And then they start creating more problems for themselves, problems that didn't even exist. But because they have no control over themselves or their emotions, they don't even see it. They're not even smart enough to see that every problem they're creating is caused through a reaction of themselves and how they're reacting to every situation. Growing up as a kid, right, you're told to show emotions and emotions are good. It's good to feel all your emotions and I don't know how to say it, but just like go through the emotions naturally. And I guess as a young child that is good because the only way you'll be able to get that emotional intelligence is to feel every emotion and go through it and process it. But there needs to come a time when you are much older. I'd say, when like you've left school at the latest, you get to 16 years old, you need to start to have a full understanding of your emotions and understand that, I've said understand a lot, but you need to understand that emotions don't serve as much purpose as you were, told to believe. Growing up, you're told they're so important, but you'll realize when you get to, your older years or your, like young, as a young adult, I'm 21 years old, I've realized that emotions, they're not as important and they don't serve as big a purpose as you first think. Because a lot of emotions, they can actually, like go against you. And I'm talking, even when you're happy, you can start to make decisions and promises that you're only making because of the, dopamine hit that you may be getting right now from something. Maybe you're on a holiday or something. You start promising people because certain things because you're in a good mood. And then sort of on that calm down when you get home and you're like, oh yeah, I don't wanna go out or I don't wanna help that person do that. In the same, especially when you're angry, you may say things you don't mean, start, kicking stuff, throwing stuff around, start breaking stuff. And then, again, you calm down, you're like, oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? And, I've had it so many times where you're getting super angry, you're trying to figure something out, but yeah, that angry, and then you sort of notice that it's so simple, and you're like, damn, mate, you actually feel like a bit of a dickhead because it was a simple fix. And that's what you got to understand that, like, for me, I'm naturally as, who I am as a person, I'm very calm. I don't get that angry. To be honest, I don't get angry at anything. The only thing that annoys me, and is just, tedious things. When you're putting in your email and password or your login details, and the site's telling you it's wrong, when you know it's right, that sort of thing. That's what gets me angry. But I've managed to, sort of get past that now. But yeah, like for me, it comes quite naturally, and I read a book, and this is where I sort of got it from, called The Law of Attraction, and just, sort of like positive frequencies, negative frequencies, all of that. I'm quite dialed into that. So now I just try stay not overly positive, but I just stay calm. Like I'm stoic. As you know, sounds a bit cringe, you know. Yeah, like everyone says they're stoic. But if you were around me, you'd understand like I don't get happy over a lot of things. Don't really get angry or sad either. I'm just calm, like, okay, like it is what it is. And that's because I believe if you're not in control of your emotions, anyone and anything can control you. And there's nothing you can do about it. I see people on a daily basis lose their head over the most minor things. And I'm like, they don't even realize it. They don't even realize how stupid they look because they're just not emotionally intelligent enough. And I'm like, I have people getting angry on my behalf because I'm, really calm and collected. People look at me and like they get angry for me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't get it. And once you realize that, the power that you hold, if you have control over every single emotion that you feel, you don't celebrate too early, because I've done it before in side hustles and I think I was gonna get paid. I've had this massive dopamine hit and the money never lands in my account because things go wrong. You feel like a bit of a twat, and also it crushes you. So don't celebrate too early, and don't just never get angry. Like, anger serves very little purpose. Sometimes, I don't know if anyone works in that blue collar watching this. Sometimes you need a bit of anger, like a bolt isn't, you need to undo a bolt that's super tight. You need to get pissed off, like in the gym as well. Yeah, like, get angry, think of some dark shit. Then yeah, maybe like it does help, but on a daily basis it doesn't help. Sadness again, like, I know it's a controversial one, but if we're talking day-to-day things that happen every single day, if you're healthy, you've got 2 arms, 2 legs, you can breathe, you can see, you can hear, got a roof over your head, you got a car, like, what's there to be sad about? Like, don't tell me your job either, because ain't nothing stopping me from walking out that job and getting another one. Yeah, like, the only thing that gets sad is, I don't know, maybe like you lose a family member, your pet dies, and maybe, I don't know, whatever else happens. But don't sit in that sadness, because then you're just going to be stuck for the rest of your life. But guys, like, being emotionally reactive will serve no purpose in your life. I promise you, like, it's probably one of the worst things, like one of the worst traits you can have if you're trying to grow as a person. Like, you can't have a growth mindset and be emotionally reactive. Like, it doesn't work like that. But yeah, I know, I think that's about it, to be honest. This is something that I'm real passionate about as well, like especially recently, because I don't think you can ever find peace either. I don't think you'll ever be peaceful and at peace with yourself, at peace with the life you live, if you have no control over how you react to things. But I don't want to waffle anymore. I don't want this message to get watered down, because it is very important. Just stay calm. Honestly, as cringe as it sounds, be stoic. Be stoic. Like, I know, be a bit cold. Like, just be emotionally cold, but know how to turn it off as well. And know how to, like, love people and show love. But yeah, forget that. Be stoic, guys. Just be stoic.